You're looking at several Teslas on fire. This is at a Las Vegas or a service center for Tesla in Las Vegas. Not to mention, there's a new website called dogeq.st or DogeQuest, and it's reported that this website basically doxes Tesla owners. The website says, leveraging our cutting edge artificial intelligence algorithms, DogeQuest goes a step further by connecting like minded Tesla owners with one another, facilitating a vibrant community through shared contact information. Then there's a section that says, I want my information removed. Absolutely, just provide us with proof that you've sold your Tesla. So you have people literally setting Teslas on fire at Tesla service centers, shooting up Tesla dealerships. And now you have individuals putting Tesla owners' information on the internet. This is domestic terrorism, and it's contributing to domestic terrorism. And they are trying to harm Elon Musk because they don't like what he's doing in government. Every single one of these people should be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. And it's crazy because I'm still not seeing a bunch of Democratic politicians coming out and condemning this. The party of morality, the party so focused on showing their virtue, but not actually being virtuous. Where are the Democrats en masse calling out this domestic terrorism? I'm waiting to see it. If we don't see it, we can conclude that they're a bunch of hypocrites. Either way, this is domestic terrorism. It should be treated as such. And the individuals who are caught doing these things, again, should be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law.
I've seen Democrats on TV for the past week scream, Elon Musk, 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 Musk. It's been quite invigorating, actually. I'm really enjoyed it. And what's funny about it to me is that you're mad at the guy that found the fraud, but not mad at the people that wasted your money. Here in Congress, we clearly can't cut a budget, so I really thank Elon for doing our job for us.
I'm telling you, the fakeness of the Democratic Party, and some people are making excuses for the Democratic Party's low approval ratings, as some commenters or some people on the left say that, Kitty, the reason why Democrats' approval ratings are so low is because they're not opposing Trump. They're just being bullied by Trump. They're not standing up to Trump. All they do is cave to Trump. This is why they're unapproval. They're not representing their constituents. Majority of Democrats want them to oppose Donald Trump. And I go, sure. But attacking conservative influencers or people who disagree openly with the Democratic Party, like Lindy Wu, right? Tim Pool, I found out recently, months ago, he got attacked. Like, you leftists, y'all don't make your case. Y'all don't bring people in the middle with y'all. Y'all stand on business and y'all say it's our way or the highway. And then when people decide to walk away from you, oh my God, American voters are racist and sexist because they didn't want to vote for Kamala Harris. No, we don't want to enable this behavior. Look at what's going on. You're vandalizing, you're destroying stuff. And then you want to sit here and lecture us about January 6th. No one gives a damn about January 6th. January 6th only affected the political class. January 6th only affected people in DC. And for too long, and anyway, how I'm taking it, January 6th already got adequately punished for what they did in the Capitol. Those people who rioted, but some innocent people got wrapped up in it too, but you didn't care. So why should we give you any leeway here on this act of vandalism, this domestic terrorism? This is what it is. It's coordinated. I show you in the intro. My dog Jeffrey, in the intro, he laid out perfectly all the instances of it happening in Seattle, Las Vegas, Texas. These Tesla owners, their information are being doxxed. And they have to give proof that, oh yeah, I sold my car to get off the website. What? This is not domestic terrorism? January 6th, you can say it happened spontaneously, right? But every act of violence from the left, from BLM, coordinated. Chaz, coordinated. Actually, that might have been just spur of the moment type of stuff. And then they want to sit they want to sit here and virtue signal. And this fake morality from the Democratic Party is what's really destroying them. You want to get mad at the guy exposing fraud, but you don't want to get mad at the people who's actually doing the fraud, who's actually wasting your money, who's actually abusing the system. You don't want to get mad at these people, but you don't even get mad at the guy highlighting it. That's like you getting mad at a guy that told someone else, hey, your wife's cheating on you. Instead of getting mad at the wife cheating, you get mad at the guy for saying something about it. Make it make sense. What kind of society are we living in? And Democrats are silent. Elon Musk, a few days ago, I saw his rocket get launched from Cape Canaveral, because I live in the Central Florida area. I saw his rocket go into space yesterday. Found out, hey, look, the astronauts came back safely. Democrats, do you hear anything from the Democrats? No, because Elon Musk, just like Donald Trump, can do no right. But I digress. I want to show you this clip of this heated exchange. This is, I know Scott Jennings is heated. Scott Jennings, I'm of the same opinion about January 6th. I believe it wasn't a good look for Republicans, but I also believe that January 6th were adequately punished. You've been in prison for 3 years, no trial, no nothing. You got evidence withheld from you. To me, I'm like, yeah, you went through a lot already. 3 years is enough jail time for what you did. Pardon them. Fair, that seems fair to me, but I digress. So check out Scott Jennings and the CNN panel getting in a heated exchange over marking these protests. The left's trying to already categorize these things as protests, but damaging someone else's property isn't a protest. But I digress. Let's take a look at the clip.
The other night, Donald Trump said these are domestic terrorists. Everybody laughed about it and scoffed at it. That video looks like terrorism to me. I mean, it's obviously an organized, coordinated effort, however people are communicating with each other, to do this to people around the country who chose to buy a Tesla at some point in the past, many of whom I'm sure are Democrats who bought them in the first place, all because their entire political worldview is ruled by their emotions. And that's the American left right now. It is one angry mob after another willing to take things into their own hands, up to and including keying, firebombing, and otherwise vandalizing cars and car dealerships and charging stations. It's outrageous. It is terrorism. People ought to be put in jail and left there for a very long time and be taught a lesson.
So when they do it to a Tesla dealership, it's really bad. But when they do it to the halls of Congress, we should pardon them. Is that your position?
No, I've never. I don't
Are
support.
you okay with the January 6th pardons?
I know you haven't been around for a while, so let me educate you about my position about January the 6th.
I'm so sorry.
Let me
I'm
educate.
so sorry.
Let me educate you.
You don't need to patronize
you don't need to.
me.
You don't need to be condescending to me.
I'm
So
not
let me
condescending.
educate you about my position. You want to attack me? Let me finish it. Let me finish it. Let me finish it.
Let's do this January
I'm just
6th
asking
and
you
then
a
near it.
question. I'm sorry you're getting emotional.
I'm sorry you're a condescending person who hasn't been paying attention to what I do.
Okay. Stop, guys.
So here's the issue. I didn't support what happened on January the 6th and was one of the first Republicans to call it out. I don't support the pardons. I have repeatedly, just like my friend Ashley here, said that no violence in our political system is acceptable. But this right here, what's going on with a guy who helps our country, who runs successful companies, who doesn't have to be doing this, and now one of his companies is under systematic terroristic threat and violence all over the country, and people seem to be laughing about it or fine with it, it's outrageous. I've sat at this table and had people say, we should cut Elon Musk from the government totally. He rescued our astronauts today. Is that what we want? The treatment of this guy is outrageous. These people who are doing this need to be found, put in jail, and made an example of. That's my point.
Anyone who commits violence against Tesla or Congress or anyone else should be put in jail, 1,000%. But that should not stifle dissent or opposition from Elon Musk.
Give it a little lip service. Give it a little both sides. Go ahead.
We're both sides here.
And as I continue this video, I want to highlight how much the Democrat Party truly is a cult. Because even if you expose conflict of interest with rogue judges and how, hey, they got family members working for NGOs. Hey, they personally work on NGOs and these tax money is being filtered back to them. They're out here freezing. Here, I'll show you. They're out here freezing. Another court order just now. Tanya Cutkins stopped Trump's EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin from taking money back from canceled Biden-era climate grants. Make it make sense. A president canceled a grant. Judge says you can't cancel the grant. How many rogue justices are going to subvert the executive branch? But Democrats, right, because they're in a cult, they'll sit back and just, oh yeah, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And then when get confronted with that fact, right, because there's these debates online with Charlie Kirk, and maybe I'll start doing some standalone videos of his content again. They confront Charlie and saying, "Oh, explain to me how Democrats are in a cult." And I'm like, it's obvious if you open your eyes and look, but they don't want to be objective about themselves. And the lack of self-reflection really hurts as the Democrats pretend like stick. They try to conform in reality. Oh, they want to look good. They want to look moral. But when they actually get confronted on being immoral, they fall short every time. And this fakeness is my reason why the Democratic approval rating is truly low. It's not the fact that they don't oppose Donald Trump enough. They've been opposing Donald Trump since he came into politics. I believe that the reason why the Democrats have such a low approval rating, why the Democrats just lost 300,000 registered Democrats last month, is the fact that people are starting to realize how fake the Democratic Party truly is. They sit here pretend that they're moral. They sit here and pretend that they're virtuous. But we find out this is all a facade to gain political power. But I digress.
And tell me how it's a cult. Tell me how the Democratic
Okay,
Party
how
is a
about
cult
this?
compared to MAGA.
I'll give you another. I mean, you asked me for more examples.
Yes.
The day of the State of the Union address, all 22 Democrat senators repeated the very same video on social media, mindlessly like robots.
What video?
The video where they said, something is effing out of control and this is not right. You guys all saw that video. Repeating the same incantation with not even like an iota of creativity or ingenuity, like just repeating it like as if they've been hypnotized into a... Got it.
And tell me.
Yo, you know what they say? Don't ask a question you're not ready to hear the answer from. And I think a lot of Democrats, they unintentionally do this to themselves. They ask questions. Oh, tell me how this is a cult. Tell me how you're not in a cult. Tell me what is one good thing that Trump can do. And when they list it out, they look dumb because they sit here pretending that there's no logical reason why someone will vote for Trump. Oh my God, you don't like the government. Oh my God, you're anti-immigrant because you want strong borders. No, I don't want people breaking into the law as the first action they do into the country. And the fact that in this panel, you have people on the left still trying to justify this stuff. This is why every accusation from the left is secretly a confession. It's secretly a confession. This is my take now. It's the liberal fallacy. It's the liberal projection fallacy. This is my fallacy. This is my personal fallacy. If someone comes at me and they're a liberal, I automatically assume they're guilty of the same thing. Whatever they're accusing me of, they're doing it. It takes one to know one. So if you say I'm doing something, you're probably doing it too. And if you have no ability to self-reflect, you're going to have a hard time dealing with people who has an assumption about liberals like I do. But, I digress. Let's finish off with this last clip here.
No violence in our political system is acceptable. But this right here, what's going on with a guy who helps our country, who runs successful companies, who doesn't have to be doing this, and now one of his companies is under systematic terroristic threat and violence all over the country, and people seem to be laughing about it or fine with it. It's outrageous. I've sat at this table and had people say, we should cut Elon Musk from the government totally. He rescued our astronauts today. Is that what we want? The treatment of this guy is...
And you see the faces that she's playing, right? Like, they're trying to do the same thing, the same tactic that Scott Jennings is doing. The only problem is they lack the common sense to actually back it up. They lack the actual ability to, back up those faces of theirs. And one of the things I want to point out is that they love to go to January 6th, something that's the only date they can point back to Republicans or conservatives doing something out of pocket. But the countless instances that conservatives can count on their count, it's hard to fit it in one hand. They can count on one hand how many times right-wing violence actually made it nationwide. But I got Seattle. You got BLM riots across the country. Summer of Love, 3 months you've been rioting. You rioted the entire summer of 2020. You got special concessions from the government. Oh, if you go visit your family during COVID, you're an evil person. But you go outside and protest in large mobs, oh, you're okay. What? Fiery but peacefully protesting. This stuff to sugarcoat what's going on is a very disingenuous tactic from the left. That if we all know if conservative groups were doing the same actions, right? Let's say Elon Musk was still part of the left and conservatives were burning down Tesla service centers, attacking Tesla owners, the left will be having a riot right now. But when they do it, they got people making excuses for them, like spoiled children. Leftists are treated like spoiled children. You ever met a child that never got corrected in their life? They're off the wall. They cross boundaries, and when you finally discipline them, they cry. They act like they're a victim. They act like you just assaulted them. What do you mean I can't do that? And they're breaking down crying because they're used to having it their way. And this is the left. This is the left right now. This is how they act politically. And I think this is why a lot of people don't want to associate themselves with the Democratic Party. Democratic Party is too emotional. Democratic Party is outwardly a cult. It is. You do something, oh, it's different because it's against Trump. You treat Trump differently in the legal system. The left likes to portray this narrative that, oh my God, Trump is above the law. Trump can do all this. Trump is doing all that. But I'm like, no, you prosecuting Trump based on laws that passes the statute of limitations. You created laws to extend that so you can go after him. You sent him to you got him on charges of fraud over the fact that no one lost money dealing with him. Usually when someone defrauds you, you lost money when they defrauded you. Like in these Ponzi schemes or a scam, you gave money and you lost that money. Banks, other businesses gave Trump money and got the money back with interest, and New York called it a scam because, oh, he overvalued his assets. While evaluation has always been something subjective. This is the left. Show me the man, I'll show you the crime. That's the left's mentality. If they're the right, we have to prove that they're evil. They already have a conclusion about somebody, and they just find evidence to support that conclusion. And it leads them down these very weird positions where they're sitting here defending violence, defending an act of terror, and God forbid, if these Tesla owners started being armed and start retaliating against people vandalizing their property, the left will be crying out. They'll be outraged over it. This is why y'all lost the moral high ground. You sit here pretending that political violence have no room in our political discourse. But your side is perpetrating it, and you're making excuses, justifications for it, saying, oh no, it's just a protest. It's just free speech. Free speech is not destroying someone's property. Your rights end where someone else's begin. This is my stuff. I can do whatever I want with my stuff because it's within my rights, it's within my vicinity. The moment you come over here and you messing with my stuff, you're violating my rights. That's terrorism. But they don't see it that way. The left always got excuses for why it's always different for them. And I think a lot of Americans are tired of it, especially people in the middle. But I digress. I'd like to hear your thoughts and your perspective on this matter. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video. Don't forget to share this video. It really does help me out in the algorithm. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.